Hey, welcome to episode, what are we on? 112 of Awkwardly Awesome Podcast. Today, I have an amazing treat for you all, and I'm so excited. But first, I have a question for you to think about. And the question is this: who provided you with the opportunity that you are most grateful for? Who provided you with the opportunity that you are most grateful for? As you think about that, let me tell you about today's program. It features Augie Access. Augie Access is a program offered by Augustana University, actually where I went to college, but it was called Augustana College way back then. Since then, it has grown. Anyway, Augustana University in South Dakota, Augie Access creates in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Augie Access creates exciting opportunities for a unique group of people who, until recently, were often overlooked by higher education. The Augie Access explains the program's mission well. Augie Access provides opportunities for young adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities to participate in a comprehensive transition and post-secondary program designed to increase career employment, social, academic, and independent living outcomes. This episode of Awkwardly Awesome Podcast will consist of not one guest, not two guests, but 6 guests. I will interview them in pairs in 20 minute segments. So let me introduce the first 2 guests. But before that, the intro.
Today's guests, Samuel Wessels and Jessica Lamb.
And now let me tell you a little bit about Samuel and Jessica. Jessica. Samuel Wessels is a student who makes use of the Augie Access Program. He is a junior. After college, he wants to work as a waiter. Jessica Lamb is the program director of Augie Access. So with that, please help me welcome Samuel and Jessica. Samuel. Oh yeah, Samuel and Jessica. Hi, both of you. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
I'm doing well.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for your time.
Do you want to be called Samuel or Sam?
Sam, please.
Okay, Sam. First question is for you. How do you juggle all the activities and work of college?
Oh boy, if that isn't a question. Well, I'll admit it has been difficult to keep track of my schedule recently due to a play I starred in recently that ate up a lot of my free time.
Wait. You started in a play?
Yes, for my acting class, we starred in a play called Credit Check. I played God, to put it bluntly.
That's a big. Those are some big shoes to fill, Sam.
Thank you. I hope I did a good job for everybody. We'll have to wait until my grades come back to see.
Cool. So that's exciting. So juggling classes and activities has been a little more complicated lately.
Yes, especially in regards to my internship requirements, seeing as how well it's supposed to teach me job responsibilities, job opportunities. That's why it's in the program. So you can understand that eats up a lot more time than most of my classes do on per day.
So you're juggling play, internship, classes, and social. Wow, that sounds like you're not bored that much, huh?
No, definitely not.
Cool. Jessica. Would you explain a little about what opportunities Augie Access provides students?
Absolutely. So Augie Access is the state's only comprehensive transition and post-secondary program, which it basically is inclusive higher ed. So for students who want to experience real college, go to classes, hold down internships, maybe work towards degrees. That's a lot of what it is here. We're a very academic experience. Academics are based on ability level. So some students take their classes for credit and some of them take it for audit. It all just depends, or some take a mixture. We're a 3-year program, and in that time, students are enrolled as full-time students. They take a full-time load. There are a few separate Augie Access classes, but for the most part, students take their main chunk of coursework in the program out of the course catalog and whatever they're interested in. So Sam, for instance, he's also a very big, talented writer. And so he's taken a lot of our English courses for credit. He also then has explored theater. We've had students who are in biology. I think all 3 of you on this show today are in biology and taking it for credit. We have students in music courses, in business, in art. And so that's a lot of what they do is all that typical, very heavy academic work. But our students also work on employment skills and have employment outcomes. They also are socialization is extremely important in one of our program outcomes. So all of our students have to be involved to a certain level on campus, going to events, joining clubs, helping to volunteer, those type of things. And then we also have an outcome of independent living, because our goal basically is to help students envision what makes a good life for them and then help put them on a trajectory to get there.
Sam, it gives me goosebumps. I actually got a major in English from Augie, and the Augie English program is dear to my heart. What do you like to write about?
To write about? I suppose it depends on where my interests are at the time, but superheroes and cosmic horror stuff are pretty good, safe bet for something I will be interested in.
Superheroes and cosmic horror. So yeah, do you write stories about them or poems about them? Or?
Yes, not so much poems, but I do write stories. I do practice stories at least. I'm not a published author or anything. I'm not going to use this to shell my best-selling book series, but I do hope to pursue writing professionally one day, and I have been practicing.
What is your dream as a writer?
Well, even if it is just I can live sustainably off of this, that would be good for me, good enough for me. But I do hope that one of the major problems with writing for any medium is losing control of your story for for corporate purposes or for editing purposes or whatever. I do hope that I can tell the story that I want to tell, end it when I want to end it, that sort of thing. The most important thing to me, aside from just, actually being able to survive off this, is maintaining control of my narrative.
Well said. Well said. That's amazing. I couldn't have said those words when I was in college. That's amazing, Sam.
Thank you.
Jessica, I have a question. I guess obviously, what have you learned about life from working with the Augie Access Program?
I've learned from them more than I ever could have hoped to have taught them. My students are authentic human beings. They bring their most present and real selves to everything that they do. And that's a huge lesson that we could all learn. My students are incredibly competent. And I think what we need to do with anybody we encounter with a disability is presume that competence. And that's what they've taught me. Our students rise to the occasion, and they just need to be given that opportunity to do so. So those are some of the biggest things they've taught me. And how
that gives me goosebumps. You just said what we need to do with students and people with disabilities is presume confidence.
Yep.
So often it seems like, as someone with a disability, I have to prove my confidence. But what would the world be like if we walked into situations just presuming confidence?
I think it would be a game changer. I think, when so many typical people walk on a college campus, there's nobody presuming anything about what they can or can't do. We just put them here and expect them to do it. It really should be no different with our students. Everybody needs support. Let's find out what support they need and get them there.
Oh, I love it. Sam, what do you most enjoy reading right now?
Again, that's a bit tricky to answer because my tastes do vary a lot from moment to moment, day to day. It can vary from like comic books, anime, classic literature. I suppose recently I have been considering getting into the works of Lovecraft, even if the man himself was not very admirable. Just to explore the roots of a genre that I hope to explore myself.
And another question, what was the biggest surprise for you as you started at Augustana as a freshman?
Well, let me think about that for a second. I'd say how much it threw off my sleep schedule, but I didn't have a very good one to begin with. I guess the workload. I guess the workload is what most surprised me. Mostly in that it was significantly more lenient than I was expecting. Though that might be just compared to high school, I do have a lot more free time than you would expect for everything that I am expected to do.
It's good to have free time.
It's healthy for you.
And I have a question for both of you, and I'll ask all of everyone this, but I talk on Awkwardly Awesome podcast about the power of doing our imperfect best. And what it means to me is we have a vision for our life and we go towards it. But when mistakes, obstacles, challenges come up, instead of quitting and saying this is impossible, we learn from all of that and move forward. But what does doing your imperfect best mean to you, Jessica?
To me, it means I think as humans, we are never supposed to stop growing. And because we can never learn and be all we're meant to learn and to be, that we just need to keep going with that. So our whole lives, we just need to do the best at trying to figure out who we are and accept that we're going to make mistakes and we're going to stumble, and that is inherently human, and embrace that part about us.
That's so good. How about you, Sam? What does doing your imperfect best mean to you?
I think it's doing what makes you happy, what makes you satisfied with your life. We as human beings are not held to any higher standard than to simply exist and to help others exist.
Oh my gosh.
We are simply meant to find fulfillment wherever we find it.
So I've interviewed 112 or 111, more than that, guests or whatever. But your answer, I haven't heard either of your answers before, and they're both very wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have a few more minutes. I didn't anticipate that. So what's this time like in the college land between Thanksgiving and Christmas? Is it relaxed, nothing to do?
Do you want to answer that, Sam?
It fluctuates. Some days I have absolutely nothing to do, and other days I suddenly have exams and essays to finish. It varies. It varies a lot. Today, in particular, has been one of the more cluttered ones because I had to go straight from my biology class to this podcast in order to squeeze it in and fit everything together.
Well, thanks for doing that, Sam, and thanks for saying yes to this. Have you been on a podcast before?
No, actually.
Cool. So this is the first one. What do you think of the experience so far?
I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it, and I thank you for having me.
Cool. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on. Cool. Thank you both, Jess, and
Thank you.
Jessica, is Fletcher still there?
I believe.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Fletcher, I see you now. Okay. Thank you so much, Sam and Jessica.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
And Sam. Oh, so Sam, where are you on the screen? What the? Oh, okay. I figured it out, Sam. Thanks so much. Wow, this is so cool. And now get to talk to two more pairs of people. Next is Fletcher and Hannah.
Today's guest, Fletcher Somsen and Hannah Guenther.
Hi, Fletcher and Hannah. I did that out of order. Let me read your bio real quick.
Okay.
Fletcher is a student who makes use of the Augie Access Program. He's currently a sophomore. Fletcher enjoys learning about history and astronomy. Hannah is Fletcher's peer mentor. She most appreciates the friendship formed by mentoring uniquely talented individuals like Fletcher. Well, welcome to the show, you two.
Thank you for having us. I'm so happy to be here.
Fletcher, first question is for you. I'm curious, how are college classes massive leaps from high school classes?
Usually college is probably like, I feel like you have more freedom in this kind of community basically than high school, because I feel like you have like a probably more spare time between classes so that you can probably like actually learn what you are learning about. And the classes probably do help with learning what you want to do with your life, and basically it kind of helps you with deciding what you want to do. I also think that maybe when you go to classes, you really want to let what you're learning basically kind of sink in, and I feel like that's what affects you in your day-to-day life basically. I feel like that's what the college classes tend to provide us with. I think that's like basically kind of like the main difference between high school, because I feel like when you're in high school, you don't feel like you really need to know all of the stuff that you sometimes. But I feel like in college, you have like a more choice to like learn stuff that you want to learn, basically.
Fletcher, that's such a good point that in college, in high school, the schedule is so one thing after another versus college, you have breaks and you can absorb more. That's such a good point.
Yeah, thank you.
Hannah, I'm curious, how would you describe what an Augie Access Peer Mentor does?
An Augie Access peer mentor is really just there as another support for students who use the Augie Access program. Support for it might be classes or questions about living on campus or really just any questions about life. It's kind of another person to have that's your age and not necessarily an adult or like a teacher student relationship. It's really just another friend to have here on campus.
Nice. Fletcher, I'm so curious. I've been wanting to ask you this for a while. What about space exploration fascinates you?
Space exploration. I had like a fascination with space learning like for a very long time. And this semester, I managed to take an astronomy class, which is one I've been wanting to take for a very long time. And I got to like learn a lot of really interesting things that I didn't really know before. I knew some stuff, but I feel like this astronomy class really helped me increase my knowledge of it, basically. And I think that's like really interesting to me as well, to learn things that I find fascinating, basically.
Sweet. Sounds really fun. Definitely no astronomy classes in high school, huh?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't talk for. I know that wasn't in my high school. Hannah, I'm curious. What are a few of the things you've learned from being a peer mentor?
Oh, wow. There's a lot, definitely. I have learned, well, what Jessica was saying earlier is how just these students are just their true authentic selves, and it's been a very big lesson for me to learn to see someone my age be very accept themselves so much, and it makes me want to do the same thing. It's very inspiring to watch these students be their true self and work towards the goals that they're all so capable of reaching, and it makes me just want to do the same thing, really.
Oh, authenticity is so important in living a happy life. It is really hard to learn. At least I found it that way.
Yes.
Sam, Fletcher, I'm sorry. um, you wrote me, my dream is to live my life how I want to and just be me. I'm speaking of authenticity. Can you say more about that?
Basically, what I mean by like for my dream is basically I kind of want to like choose to do my own thing. Basically, I kind of want to like go along with what I choose to do in my life, and basically because I don't feel like I want to I am basically just to like to pursue something that I don't fully enjoy. I think that's like what I want to do mostly in my life, to just be like me and should just stay me basically.
Do you
And I
have
also
any
think that like
idea?
probably
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I don't I don't fully know what I want to do entirely yet, and that's kind of like why I'm still exploring my options here at Augustana. I think that's kind of like why I am still going along with basically what I feel like I want to try and what I don't want to try, because I think that kind of like helps me like limit to like my options for when I'm out of college and like what I want to do with the rest of my life basically.
Well, college is a neat place to be undecided because you get to be exposed to so many things and try a lot of different things.
Yeah, that's what it I feel like that's mostly what college is basically, like trying different things basically. I think that's what it mostly is to me basically.
For both of you, what have been the most exciting moments that you've had together working as a peer mentor and student?
Well, me and Fletcher have been able to work together all of last year and this year, so that's been really nice. We've gotten to know each other really well. And I think just forming that close friendship has been a really big honor to me and something that I will always carry very close to my heart and consider very special. We get to see each other usually about 3 times a week, maybe more. And we've just become really good friends over the last couple years. So I really can't ask for anything more than that.
That's really nice. Fletcher, what's it been like for you?
I feel like it's been really very helpful for me to be with Hannah, because I think that basically I feel like I did get to connect with her like on a good level that I feel like is like building like a healthy relationship, I think, like a friendship basically. And I think that's like what helps me with like figuring out how to make new friends in other places as well. And that's like kind of like why I really do appreciate having Hannah as a peer navigator or a peer mentor, I think. That's like why I kind of really did enjoy spending time with Hannah.
This is something I never figured out totally in college, but how do you both balance between classes and social activities and possibly jobs? How do you both balance it all?
That's a very good question. I think I'm still trying to figure that out too. I'm a senior this year, so I think I've gotten
Congratulations.
better at it. I'd like to think I've gotten better at it, but I think it's really just a big part of it is figuring out what the priority is that day and what you really need to get done, and then also fitting in the things that you want to do. So you're not stuck just doing everything you have to do that day.
So getting some stuff done you have to do, but making time.
Yep, still
for-
making time for those things that make you happy and keep you motivated.
Hannah, do you know where life is going to take you next year?
I'm not completely sure. I'll graduate this spring with a degree in elementary education, so I'm hoping I'll be around this area of the state teaching in an elementary school. So
Nice,
that's the goal.
congratulations. We definitely need more teachers. Fletcher, how about you? How do you balance everything that is to do in college?
I think I mostly like to balance everything. I feel like you need like a sometimes to like balance or like maybe like free time in between each event basically. I do like probably like take personal time myself to like think about what to do next with social events and basically classes, because some of the classes I take do take quite a bit of time and work to do, and I feel like sometimes I have to like probably like take more time to like figure out how to do my classes and probably like spend more time with like going out, meeting different people, and talking to some people. And I think that's basically how I manage most of my stuff. Basically, I take like usually some breaks to like work it out and then like make a plan on like what to do next, basically.
So again, like Sam was saying, the breaks between classes are helpful, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty helpful.
I know I enjoyed them when I was in school. So I'll ask you both the same question I asked Sam and Jessica. What does doing your imperfect best mean to you, Hannah?
I think it means that for me, it means, when you're going down kind of the path of life, to always remember that it's not going to be a straight path. There might be some turns, there might be some ups and downs. You might end up back farther than you started, but you'll keep going and you'll get there eventually. And everyone's path is different. So just doing the very best you can.
So nice, thank you. What does doing your imperfect best mean to you, Fletcher?
I think basically, that probably to me like going down a path that you can't really fully know where you're going, basically, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, sometimes I feel like everything that will happen will basically, even if it's like mistakes, I feel like that helps you grow as a person and you learn from that. And I think that's probably what really means mostly to me.
That's such great answers. Thank you. One more question, Hannah. How has being a peer mentor enhanced your overall experience as an Augie student?
I think it really has opened me up to kind of just another community or family here on campus. There's a big group of Augie Access students, and there's teachers who work with the Augie Access program, and they're all just like the most wonderful people you will ever meet. So whenever I get to see them around campus, it always puts a smile on my face and makes me happy. So I think it's made me feel very welcomed here on campus too, seeing everyone, and they're all just welcoming and happy, and they really make it a great place to be.
Does Augie Access have specifically social? Was Jason? Does Augie Access have specific social activities during the year?
It depends. There's a lot of just social activities here on campus that are brought to other groups that everyone, of course, is welcome to. So I think a lot of the times those are the activities students choose to go to. There's also a great program called Friends Link that takes place here on campus for people with varying abilities in the community that can come to the Augie campus and do different activities. So there's definitely lots of social opportunity here at Augie.
That's really nice. Are you both from the Sioux Falls area, or is this a new town for you? Fletcher, where are you from?
I'm from Pierce, South Dakota, which is
So,
like the
so
state
this
capital.
obviously is a new town.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
so,
big city. I still got to get the hang of like navigating around here.
yeah, it is different than Pierre, huh?
Hmm.
And Hannah, are you from here, or did you move?
I'm not from here. I'm actually from the Watertown area, so just a little farther north.
So you're both from towns north of here.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I'm realizing there's a moment in each of these where I went out of my plan questions, and then I seriously like knowing where people are from, but I didn't have much of a follow up to that. So I'm like, oh, you're from here, you're from Watertown, great. Well, thank you so much, Hannah and Fletcher. I appreciate you both taking the time to be on the show, and thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Thank you much.
And this is so fun, and I just felt inclined to itch my head here, lay with my opposite hand. Like if you're leading a podcast, this probably isn't a cool move, but it's an awkwardly awesome move. So, so thanks for bearing with me. Nope, that's not it. So my last two guests on the show Spencer and Holly.
Today's guests, Holly and Spencer Hauck.
Let me tell you a little about Holly and Spencer. Spencer is a student who makes use of the Augie Access Program. He's currently a sophomore. He's passionate about the outdoors, loves to hunt and fish and take biology classes. His dream is to share his passion for the outdoors with others. Holly is his mother and wants him to have opportunities to do just that. Please help me welcome Holly and Spencer. Yay! Thanks for being on the show. So first question is for you, Spencer. Or you both probably have reflections on this one. But what was it like getting the letter that you'd been accepted into the Augie Access Program? Just a sec. I had you on mute. Oh, I have you on mute.
My mic was muted. I'm sorry about that.
I think I had you on mute. I'm sorry.
It's fine. So I think, again, that letter into a Augie Access Program really shows that anything is possible with me, no matter what your disability so happens to be. If you work hard enough, obviously a lot of doors can open for you. So that's one thing that I really took away.
Do you remember the day opening the envelope? What did that feel like? Or is it an envelope anymore? Or did you get an email? I guess.
I believe it was.
I remember getting it.
Yeah.
I remember getting that letter, and I saw it with the Augie Access or the Augustana logo, and I knew what was in there, but I didn't want to open it because it was for Spencer. So we waited, and then I can't remember, Spencer, didn't we go out? We went out to pizza that night, and you opened it there, right?
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah, it was kind of a little celebration.
Yes, it was.
Are you both from the Sioux Falls area, or where are you from?
Actually, we are about 20 minutes east of here in a little suburb area of Brandon. So really not too far of a drive.
I'm from Brandon. I live in the country by Brandon, so I know it well.
Nice.
Good place. Holly, what was it like to help Spencer prepare for his freshman year of college?
Oh, gosh.
Was it just all easy peasy and no uncertainty whatsoever?
You know, I think it was certainly exciting because when I think about, I mean, it's many, many years ago, but when Spencer was younger or even in middle school, I don't know that I really envisioned this for him. I certainly wanted him to do whatever he felt would make him successful. But as we got closer, I knew that college would be a great opportunity for him. And so I think that the toughest part at getting him ready for it was that I maybe hadn't planned enough on my own, at least initially. I had been to college, but it was so long ago. So it was just being able to help him stay on top of the details, really. He had the dream to go. And and so it wasn't a matter of having to encourage him or inspire him. I think for Spencer, it's just always been helping with the details and staying organized and staying on top of things. And he's got the big picture, but you got to find, a place for some of that little picture stuff sometimes too. So that was hard because it's all those details that seem to get lost.
What do you love about college, Spencer?
I love the very fact that each individual professor really wants you to succeed, especially my biology professors. My first exam that I took this semester really was a struggle for me. So what they did is they sat down, really dissected those questions, and I felt like that it dramatically improved my grade, especially my most recent exam, which I got an 85 on. So I'm super proud of that, and I'm really thankful for all the professors do here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That brings up, you wrote me, you said, I value the dedication and the passion that the professors show on a daily basis. What makes your professors so important to you, Spencer?
Because they're there for you. Even if you happen to have a challenge, they're there to support you. They're there to give you suggestions on how to do better, and that's the most important thing about the professors here.
It must be so inspiring to you, knowing you struggled with biology early in the semester, but then you got an 85 on the last test.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It makes me so happy to see that I've come very far, especially not just college life, but for when I was younger, being first diagnosed with autism. There are some challenges that I struggled with. My brain's wired a little bit differently than some people, and having the support system that I do, my family, my OT teachers, my teachers throughout elementary school, I've been blessed to have the support system that really makes me who I am today.
What would you tell someone, a young person who's been recently diagnosed with autism, about how they can get the most out of their life?
Shoot for your dreams. Even if your disability itself should not stop you. In fact, it kind of is a superpower, come to think of it. It shapes you, it forms you, it makes you who you are.
Can you say any more about a disability being a superpower? I love the concept. Say more about that.
It's really, like I said, it really shapes you into a person. It gives you certain roadblocks, that you have to overcome, certain challenges that you have to face. And if you can face those challenges, especially in your younger life, then it'll shape you to be the person who you are come later on.
So it's powerful, Spencer. Powerful. Holly, as a mom, what do you most value about the Augie Access Program?
I think Spencer touched on it pretty well when he was talking about the professors. And I would extend to the Augie Access teachers. Certainly Jessica and Catherine are a huge part of our family, really. We know that if Spencer's struggling, or even if we just need to convey something to Spencer because we're not physically there, we know we can go to them. But really, when you walk on campus and you have a student with challenges like Spencer was, especially as a freshman, you kind of wonder how that environment will feel, or if you'll feel the same as maybe someone else. And you do, Augie just feels very welcoming, and no one's ever approached us as being any different than any other student, which is just refreshing. And like Spencer said, there's just a genuine sense. They just want students to succeed, and whatever their path to success is, that's what they want. And so it's really cool to be there and watch him get a chance at that. It's a catchphrase for some people, but for him to have a chance at that kind of inclusion is, I didn't think it would be possible. And now I'll get a little steamy here, but it's nice to see that be a reality for him.
Wonderful, wonderful. Spencer, can we get down to business?
Sure.
What do you love about hunting and fishing?
I just love being out there, in the outdoors. It's kind of my place to get away from all the stresses, because you're out there with nature, doing what you love, and hopefully getting that big fish at the end of the line. It also brings my family together. My dad takes me hunting and fishing a lot, so I feel like it really brings us closer as father and son.
You say you love the outdoors, and just let me. You love the outdoors. What excites you about sharing your passion for the outdoors with others?
Because not a lot of people can have that experience. Not a lot of people have the money to, buy a rifle and go deer hunting. Not a lot of people know others who own land. And so, really showing my passion and showing what the outdoors can do for other people, really makes me happy, makes me smile.
I love the outdoors too, and to me, your passion is so important to connect people with the magnificence of the outdoors. It's such an important thing. So I'll ask you both the question I've asked everybody. I bet you won't be surprised. Holly, what does doing your imperfect best mean to you?
I think it just it means that you have to define what the best is for yourself. And I've always tried to convince Spencer that his best might not be an A, it might not be a D, something different. It's whatever you define for yourself as being a success, and then you just have to be persistent and go for it no matter what.
This is a tough one. I think it's not enough to use your disability as an excuse to get out of things. I mean, like I said earlier, your disability kind of forms you and shapes you. So if you can find a way to use your disability to your advantage, you're capable of great things, just like everyone else who's considered normal.
Spencer, I kind of am embarrassed to admit this, but when I was your age, I used my speech impediment and coordination to get out of a lot of things. and I was pretty good at it. And I would much rather have the attitude you have now. Now, I think your attitude is much more empowering than mine was in college.
It means a lot to hear that, especially for someone like you.
Holly, you've been watching the whole hour. What haven't I asked about the Augie Access Program that you would like to touch on?
You know, I just wish it was more available. This is the problem with me being I'm on my phone. You hate that, don't you? I wish it was more accessible. When we were looking for something for Spencer, it was right here, so it seemed like, oh, it must be available everywhere. But then when you really start to look at it, Augie is one of the few colleges with, I think, the broader program that we know as Augie Access. And so I just wish it wasn't considered the exception. I wish, especially public universities, it's almost shameful to me that in South Dakota, my alma mater, South Dakota State, doesn't have this kind of a rich program for people like Spencer and Fletcher and, oh, I want to say Will, but that's not his name.
Sam.
Yes, that that anyone can take advantage of it and not just have to be the ones that knew about Augie. So
I wonder how many. I didn't ask Jessica this, and I don't know the answer. How many programs like this are there in the country?
I can't.
Oh, Jessica chimed in. Oh, I know. I'm 325. But why doesn't every college and university have this program?
Sorry, you kind of cut it out on me. What is that question?
So Jessica says there's 325 schools with this program out of 4,000 degree granting institutions.
Wow.
So we have a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Because why can't every school have a program like this?
I guess a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people are even afraid to deal with people who are like me because they're different. They speak differently, they may think differently, and unfortunately, as much as we like to think that a lot of people are there to support them, some of them just get flat out scared and don't want to help them.
And thanks for giving me the break there to come back in. Technology isn't necessarily kind to me today, but I agree with Spencer. I think that it's going to take more people like you and him and all the others that we've heard from to make your mark and to help everyone realize that I hate the word disability, but since that's what we're kind of using, that it doesn't matter if you have a disability, we all have a challenge. And that shouldn't keep you from, doing great things and contributing and having a really rich life and community. We need all of you guys. So thank you.
Oh, well said. Spencer, last question is for you. What would you? I mean, people, including me, get scared about things sometimes. Humans just have fear in them. It's natural. But what would you say to someone who told you they were scared of people who had disabilities like you, like me and you?
We're all a team, and we need each other to survive. I mean, it may not be a pretty outcome, and there's a lot of things, we could improve on, but at the end of the day, we need each other in order to succeed.
Okay. Yeah, we'll end with these words from Spencer. We're all a team. We need each other to survive and succeed. Very well said. Thank you so much, Holly and Spencer, for being on. I appreciate it very much.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much. Yeah, thanks for all you do.
Thank you. Thanks, Spencer. Oh gosh. I love being a podcast host. I love interviewing different amazing people. This is my 112th podcast, but I've had so many peak guests. I've been on a few with friends, so I don't know how many different people I've interviewed. Probably about 100 or more, but everyone has an amazing story, and this is how life is. We can walk around thinking that people around us have nothing interesting to say, and that we have nothing interesting to say to them, or we can become curious about our own brilliance and curious about other people's brilliance. People, my guest said things today that I've never heard before that were amazing and made me think and made me inspire. I encourage you, as I do every week, to ask the people around you questions, curious questions. Just ask them. Figure out what's up with their lives and enjoy it. And when they ask you a question, answer those questions. This is so fun, y'all. And I don't know why I broke it into y'all at the end there. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. And next week, my aunt Mary Jo is going to be on the show. She's a professor, program leader at the University of Minnesota, and she has so much to say about complementary methods of healing and spirituality and stuff. And I'm so excited to interview her. So thanks you all for tuning in this week, and until next week, the outro.